been running across people out here in this world to where they was a Christian at some point in time. And like I said, I only speak to people whoever God leads me to. If He don't, I don't say a word to them. Whether it's talking or praying, just listening or whatever it is. But a lot of these people used to be Christians, or they've been out of church a long time, thinking about going back and all of these things. And a lot of it's the same is because of, and I'm going to tell you this, that I have heard to where people have literally condemned them for either the way they look, how they dress, situations they have been in, to where they just throw out scripture. Something I talked about before, as a matter of fact, in another video. I had this man say that he was looking for questions and answers, and the only thing they could do is literally just throw scriptures out at him, and that's not what he was looking for. And I understood that because I've said that in the video. That's not the time to be doing that. And a lot of people who claim they're with God lack empathy. Okay, they really do. And they don't have a place, they don't have an awareness to understand, and the sensitivity to understand where someone is coming from, what they are speaking about, how to go forth in that thing with them, and how to actually go about it when you speak to them. Because you don't have to always throw out scripture, okay? When you meet these people and start talking, these people are going to know that you're with God and stuff like this. But you don't have to throw out scripture for everything. A lot of these people just want someone to talk to, someone to listen. They want answers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them have a lot of questions. They are searching. They are looking. And all these things. And a lot of them are full of hurt, pain, darkness. They have this void. A lot of them feel like they don't belong here. You know what I'm saying? They feel like that nobody cares about them. And trust me, I remember feeling that way. So that's why I understand exactly what these people are talking about. Because I too was at that point in some time in my life. But yet I continue to come across people who call themselves Christians who are forgetting where they come from before we came with the Lord. Because you got to understand, like, before you came to Christ, you was out in the world doing things. You was literally, you was doing all sorts of stuff, honestly, you shouldn't have. And a lot of people just don't want to admit it. I mean, I know how I was. I was downright dirty, filthy. I mean, filth was literally my first, second, and third name. I'm telling you. And if I had a fourth one, that too. Okay, I was full of filth in all sorts of ways that you can't even imagine. And I'm pretty sure some, but please don't. But I'm just saying, I really was. So when you come to the Lord, and that's what the Lord was getting me to understand as well, because the way religion will have you, if you're not careful, is that they will have you thinking that you have to be perfect. You have to have all these things. And that's why God literally snatched me up a while back, because I was getting to that place of religion, being religious myself, because of what you think a Christian should be, when in fact that's not what God says. And God had to show me that is not the way a person who's walking after him is. That's not truly the way how they are. Okay, so I literally had to basically, I guess, call deconstruct, like destroy everything. Everything had to be stripped from me, and had to start over. And not only that, God wanted me to be myself, not this stiff version that people, and honestly, unknowingly, I was doing that. I was unaware that I was doing it until I would look at my videos and I knew that it was off. Like, and I'm like, I don't know how to portray who I am on film, because I don't like film. I don't like doing videos. But now I'm getting comfortable doing it. But the Lord was always telling me to be yourself. Show who you are. Show that emotion. Show who you are. Show that side of you. Show the fun, like all those sides of you. Show exactly who I made you to be. And it took a long, long time, okay, for me to actually want to show on here who I am. You know what I'm saying? And so that the right people can find me. And I'm still looking for those people, because I know outside of social media, these people gravitate towards me like I don't know what. And when we start talking, I realize soon why we're talking, because why they are now going through things that I have came out of, that God has brought me out of. And so that's what I'm saying. I'm looking for those type of people who have been through some things. They still have scars. Those scars have left cracks, but they're not, you know what I'm saying? It's not driving them. It's not their driving force. That crack and that scar there is the reminder of what they've been through, but they don't let it actually control them. You see what I'm saying? They don't let it do all those things. And they're going through the process of healing, because honestly, I don't believe that you truly can be healed. Like truly, truly, truly. Like what I mean from things in life. There are things you can be healed from, yes, but I believe it's a process. And throughout life, you're always going to come up and rise up against things. This is what I'm saying, because I know people love to twist words with that, and I call it Levi, with that Levi spirit, okay? But what I'm saying is that because constantly we go through things in life, especially people who have been hurt their entire lives ever since they've been a kid, a baby, okay, it takes a minute to go through the process of healing, which could take a lifetime. And that's what people don't understand. If God heals you instantly from something, and Lord knows God has healed me of certain things, it was an instant, but it was shorter than the rest. He did. But I look at also the other things that took years, and it was a process. So I apply that also as with other people as well, to let them know that God could heal you. I've heard stories of people saying they was healed instantly. Okay, so everybody's story is different. You see what I'm saying? But I do find the deeper the wounds and the hurt is longer. The process is longer to heal, because you got to understand, before you came to Christ, you was in that world for 20, 30, 40, 60, 80 years before you come to him. And now God has to destroy, like build you, knock all that, like, and rebuild you from the ground up, for his kingdom. And we all need to get to a place, because I have to constantly remind myself as well, to get to a place of understanding that it's a process. And I'm not talking about a person who is willfully sinning. That is different. But when you literally have an encounter with the Lord changes you. He changes your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit. So you will go through this process, this reformation. You know what I'm saying? You will go through this change. Even the way how you act out there in the world with people, you stop hanging around people, you stop doing those things, you don't even want to do it no more, and you find that your alone time, that's where you find that's where you find you, that's where you're your best, and all these things. And so I don't want to be around people who think that they're perfect. I don't want to be around people who think their crap does not stink, that it always smells like roses, okay? I don't want to be around people like that. I want to be around people who have literally been through some things, and talk about it, so that other people as well who's going through those things that they have gone through and been through, get them to try to come out of that darkness into light, so that they too could heal, so it could to heal together. A process, a journey. So yes, we have to be mindful that God has brought us out of these places, but a lot of this takes time. You cannot expect the person to come to that building and be like, oh, just stop doing this, stop doing that, because that's not the way how it works. It's a process. And not to mention, if you are not teaching and they don't know the Bible, and if you're not teaching them the very things about how to come to Christ and actually stay with them, because a lot of people just worry about people just coming to Christ, but they never tell them how to maintain. Because honestly, I don't believe that they know themselves. But the thing is that they just let them go. They just continue to let them go and all this kind of stuff. I don't want people around me who also is about stifling someone else's growth. They don't want to grow, so they don't want nobody else to grow and learn. I don't want people like that around me. I don't want to ever encounter those type of people ever again in my entire life. Because it's okay if you don't want to grow, you don't want to learn, that's you. But how dare you stop someone else's growth? How dare you stop someone else from learning and want to actually evolve in this life to become a better human being? The audacity of you for real to actually do something like that when there's other things out there that you could be working on, which is yourself. But you have to keep in mind this as well, and I do myself as well. When it comes to people who are transitioning or coming to Christ, and still, because it's a work, it's something you have to work on for the rest of your life. Because if you look at the apostles and all of them, and even the prophets, these people literally dealt with things all the way up till they died, until the Lord took them home. Nobody was ever perfect, and God is not expecting you. He just expects for you to do what he has called you to do. That's it.